This is Kurt Berglund with Payoff Pitch Baseball, the Dream Season, Sportspage Edition 2. That's right, the second edition of your weekly report on games happening in the Dream Season. 26 of my most interesting teams in my Payoff Pitch collection. You get scores, highlights, pictures, all sorts of information, statistics coming up when they start meaning something, all sorts of good stuff. Today, some information before we start about the league, answering some questions that you guys have asked and I am answering. So, here's what's coming. The schedule for the Dream Season is an 18-game schedule. We're doing 3 videos per week of games, 1 interleague series, so there's going to be 6 series of 3 games each. And that's going to make up each team's 18-game schedule. 6 3-game series. One of those 6 series will be an interleague series. Some of the teams are getting those done, actually, this first series. I've made the decision to not include the 1986 season in the Dream Season, in this Dream Season anyway. So we are down to 26 teams, 13 per league. There will be a second Dream Season, but for now it's 26 teams, 18 games each. 3 videos per week of games, and then 1 sports page per week. I'm scheduling interesting matchups in the first 2 series of each team's games, and then after that it's going to flex based on schedule and standings. Based on standings, the schedule will flex, but each team will have 3 home series and 3 road series in their season. 18 games. Playoffs work as follows. There's top 5 teams in each league make the playoffs. Top 5 of the 13 teams. Seeds 4 and 5 play each other in a wild card game. Round 1, or the division series of the playoffs, will be best of 3. The LCS in each league will be the best of 5, and the World Series will be best of 7. Excuse me. Next week's videos will be as follows. On Sunday, the 1983 Brewers will be at the 87 Twins in their 3rd game of the season. The 1969 Phillies will play the 64 Phillies will play the 69 Tigers on Monday in the 3rd game of their season. And the 79 Brewers will play the 77 White Sox on Tuesday in the 3rd game of their season. That puts sports page number 3 on Thursday of next week. And then our games for starting the 4th game of the season will be next weekend, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, if everything goes according to plan. And when does it not? Let's talk about this week's games that we did offline. The 1987 Tigers played the 1977 Yankees and won 9-2. Doyle Alexander was the complete game winner. Ed Figueroa took it on the chin in the loss. Home runs. Well, there weren't any in the game. The Tigers had 15 hits. And the Yankees had 7. So Alexander over Figueroa. The Tigers beat the Yankees for the 2nd straight day. In San Francisco, the 2018 Brewers beat the 1964 Giants 7-2. Brett Anderson was the winner. Bob Handley was the loser. Home runs. Orlando Cepeda and Jim Ray Hart went back-to-back for the Giants in the 2nd inning, solo shots for both, and that was it for home runs in that game. The Giants committed 4 errors. Next game, the 1983 Brewers were at the 1987 Twins. The Brewers won 3-2. Mike Caldwell threw a complete game victory and allowed 6 hits. Dan Schatzeder took the loss in relief. Both men are 1-0 and 0-1. Robin Yount, a solo homer in the first. Kirby Puckett, a 2-run homer in the third. That evens their series 1 game apiece. In Detroit, the 64 Phillies visited the 69 Tigers and lost again. And again, it was convincing. The 69 Tigers winning 7-1. The winner, Dick Raditz, in relief of an injured Mickey Lolich. Chris Short was the loser. Tom Timmerman threw 3 innings for the save. Home runs, Richie Allen in the 4th, a solo homer for the Phillies. Mickey Stanley in the 2nd, a 2-run job for the Tigers. Al Kaline in the 3rd, a 2-run job for the Tigers. Willie Horton in the 3rd, a solo homer for the Tigers. And Don Wirt, I said Don Wirt, yes, that's Don Wirt, in the bottom of the 6th, a solo homer for the Tigers to complete their scoring. 69 Tigers have won the first 2 games of that series. In New York, the 1987 Brewers took on the 1964 Yankees. The Brewers won 4-0 behind a complete game shutout for Bill Wegman, who allowed 6 hits, all singles. Home runs for the Brewers, Rob Deere, a 2-run homer in the 9th, and Bill Schroeder, a solo homer in the 9th. Bill Wegman 1-0, Al Downing 0-1. In New York at Shea Stadium, the 70s. Oh, we did that one online on YouTube, so I'm not going to spoil it for you. Did the Cardinals versus the Cardinals on YouTube. Not going to spoil that for you. This one, the 1977 Red Sox played their second game against the 1969 Senators and won 3-2. The winner, Bill Campbell, he is 1-0. The loser, Joe Coleman, 0-1 in 10 innings. Bob Stanley took the save for the Red Sox. This one took 10 innings. Frank Howard hit a 2-run homer in the first for Washington. Butch Hobson hit a solo homer in the 10th to decide the game for Boston. Their series is now even at 1 game each. In the Twin Cities, the 1983 White Sox played the 1977 Twins. The 77 Twins were the winners, 3-2, evening their series at 1 game apiece. Tom Johnson was the winner in relief. He is 1-0. Richard Dotson took the loss for the White Sox. He is 0-1. Home runs, Carlton Fisk hit a 2-run homer in the 3rd for Chicago. And there were no homers for the Minnesota Twins. However, Larry Heisel drove in the winning run. He scored Lyman Bostock with a double in the bottom of the 8th. In Atlanta, the 79 Cubs took on the 87 Braves. And the 83 Braves, the 79 Cubs were at the 1983 Braves. The Braves were the winners by a score of 15-2, and they only had 13 hits. They drew 7 walks in the game. The winner, Pascual Perez, went the distance for Atlanta in an okay performance, I guess you'd say. He's 1-0. Lynn McLaughlin took the loss for the Cubs. He is 0-1. Home runs in the game. Bill Buckner hit a 2-run homer in the first for the Cubs to give them a very brief lead in the game. And for the Braves, Dale Murphy hit a 2-run homer in the 8th, and Glenn Hubbard hit a 3-run homer in the 8th to put things away for Atlanta. The Braves are leading that series 2-0. In Chicago at Comiskey Park, the 79 Brewers traveled to face the 77 White Sox in the second game of their series, and the 79 Brewers were the winners 3-2. Larry Sorensen went the distance for his first victory of the year. and Francisco Barrios took the loss. He was also injured in the second inning, and no homers in this ball game. Brewers lead the series 2-0. In Montreal, we showed you that one on YouTube, so we're good there. And the last game of game 2 to tell you about is the 69 Cubs at the 84 Cubs. Back and forth seesaw affair. The 84 Cubs evened the series at 1 game apiece by winning 6-5. Home runs in the game. A 2-run homer by Jim Hickman for the 69ers in the second, and a solo homer by Glenn Beckert in the fifth, and a solo homer by Randy Hundley in the fourth. No home runs for the 84 Cubs. The winner in the game, George Frazier in relief. He is 1-0. The loser, Bill Hands, who was the starter for the 69 Cubs, he is 0-1, and Lee Smith picked up a 4-out save for his first of the year. That wraps up game 2 of each team. So where are we in the standings? Well, in the American League, we have 3 undefeated teams. The 69 Tigers, the 79 Brewers, and the 87 Tigers are all tied at the top at 2-0. Then we have a cluster of teams at 1-1, the 77 Red Sox, the 64 Yankees, the 87 Twins, the 87 Brewers, the 83 Brewers, the 83 White Sox, the 77 Twins, and the 69 Senators. At the bottom, in the cellar right now, with 16 games to play and 2 games back of the leaders, 77 Yankees and the 77 White Sox are both winless. In the National League, at the top are 4 undefeated teams, the 69 Mets, the 83 Braves, the 83 Phillies, and the 2018 Brewers are all at 2-0. Then we have 4 teams in the middle. The 1-1 Cardinals from 64. The 69 Cubs are 1-1. The 84 Cubs are 1-1, and the 87 Cardinals are 1-1. And then 5 teams are winless on the National League side. The 64 Phillies, the 64 Giants, the 77 Dodgers, the 79 Cubs, and the 69 Expos. Remember, the top 5 teams in each league make the playoffs. So there's 16 games to go. Nobody's out of it, certainly, but it's interesting that we have 5 teams in the National League at the bottom that are winless. So that is your sports page for today. Thank you so much for joining me. Your next broadcast on my YouTube channel will be Sunday, featuring the 1983 Brewers at the 1987 Twins. Ready to go for you Sunday morning, followed by the 64 Phillies at the 64 Tigers on Monday, and the 79 Brewers at the 77 White Sox on Tuesday. Hope you have a great weekend. We will see you on Sunday with the Brewers and the Twins. Thank you so much for joining me. Please click like and subscribe to my channel to keep in touch with the dream season. So long, everybody.